Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.
Oh great! This stupid computer froze again. That's the third time today. Hey Samuel, can you come take a look at my PC? It's acting again. It must have a virus or something.
Just give me a second. I'll be right up. I ran a virus scan on your computer, and it turns out that you have a lot of infected files.
But I'm quite careful when I'm browsing the internet. I have no idea how I could have picked up a virus.
Well, you have to make sure that your antivirus software is updated regularly. Yours wasn't up to date. That's probably what was causing your problems.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah. Try not to kick or hit the computer.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Hello, is that Miss Lan? This is Nina with Huawei Corp.
Yes, speaking.
I'd like to tell you that you could come to work with us.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I've just accepted another offer that I feel is more suitable to my needs.
I see. Hello. May I speak to Mr. Robert, the Human Resources Manager?
Wait a minute. I will get him here. Sorry, he is busy doing something. Why don't you give him a ring later?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You are welcome.
What is my prime responsibility in daily work?
Your main job is serving the clients and giving them what they want.
What other things do I need to know?
You'd spend 30% of your time on the computer. You may be bored with a job like that.
No problem. I am used to it.
Amelia, could you spare a few minutes?
Sure. What do you need?
Well, I wanted to let you know that I've put in my notice.
Really? Why?
It's complicated, but basically it boils down to one thing. This company is downsizing and I can't continue working for a company that may let me go.
But surely they won't fire you. You're one of the most experienced managers here.
Well, to be honest, there's another reason. I've got a better offer.
Well, that's great news. Congratulations. Where will you be located?
The head office is in New York, but I'll be dealing with overseas companies and flying to this side of the world from time to time.
It'll be sad to see you go, but it sounds like you've found yourself a great opportunity.
I have. I feel lucky. I look forward to dealing with overseas companies and at the same time having a chance to use English more.
I'm sorry to bring this up, but would it be possible for you to write me a letter of recommendation before you go?
Of course I can. In fact, if there are other job opportunities at this new company, I'll recommend you personally.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Good morning. Could I speak to Franz Smith, please?
Franz Smith? I think you may have the wrong number.
Is this Taiwan 8,234,342 DS Engineering?
It is. But there is no Franz Smith here. Do you know which department he works in?
The accounts department, I think.
The accounts department. No problem. I'm just putting you through now.
Let's begin by having you tell me about yourself and your background.
I have been working as a paralegal for the last 10 months through an agency that specializes in the legal field. My experience has been supporting attorneys in the field of labor law, where I have been able to apply my paralegal education. I was commended on my ability to take information and break it down into usable facts. I really love research and analyzing facts. My major in college was English, and as a result, my writing skills are my major strength. I am looking for a position where my research and writing skills can be used.
What do you think are the key qualities needed to succeed in the paralegal profession?
Flexibility would certainly rank high in this type of job. In my last position, I supported 4 lawyers, and it was not unusual for them all to give me high-priority items to do in the same day or week. There were days when I had to stop and prioritize my work just to get a handle on everything. I would discuss the urgency of their work with each of them so I didn't drop the ball. At the same time, I made sure each of them felt like his or her project was important on my agenda. I think communication is probably the next key quality. It really worked well when I talked with each of them, explained my situation, and got their input.
Can you give me an example of a time when you had to work above and beyond your job description?
There was a very important project that had to be researched and completed by the end of the week. Even though I worked extra hours every night for almost 2 weeks, my boss and I stayed until 2 a.m. for 2 nights before the final wrap-up. It was very rewarding to have put so much effort into a project and see the really great results. My boss gave me a bonus for my extra effort.
Tell me about a time when you had to research a case and encountered some obstacles you had to overcome.
I remember a case that was filled with obstacles. The first thing I did was research through documents and past cases that had similar circumstances. I assembled the facts and then tried to put them together and analyze the next step. I was able to get some input from another lawyer I happened to see at lunch. Through some hard work and fact-digging, I was able to find a way to overcome most of the obstacles. I took my findings to my boss and made some recommendations, which she and I discussed and eventually resolved. My boss was impressed with the work I had done.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
My strengths are my caring about getting the job done. I am very results-driven and have been able to meet all my deadlines in past jobs. As far as weaknesses, I really enjoy my work, and sometimes I put in too much time. But I am aware of my tendency to overwork and have learned to pace myself more.
Tell me about a time when you had a confrontation with a coworker or boss.
I did have an issue with someone who was getting on my nerves. I asked her if I could talk with her one day, and we had a good discussion. It turned out she was not aware of the impact of her actions and that she really needed an explanation of the procedure. I took the time to explain the procedures, and there haven't been any problems since that day.
When do you find a job satisfying?
My biggest satisfaction is when I experience growth in a job. When I first started as a paralegal, I had a lot to learn. But through hard work, advice from some good mentors and continuing education, I have come a long way. I've learned to be flexible when possible and to deal with difficult people in a positive manner.
How would your coworkers describe you?
First, they'll say I have a lot of energy and enthusiasm. I really enjoy working with people. Secondly, they'll say I had great customer service skills. I put the customer first. And thirdly, they'll say that I know the law. I put a lot of effort into my education as a paralegal and take it seriously.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say morale was in this company?
How will you ship the order?
Air freight is the quickest and safest way, I think.
But the freight cost will be higher and that will affect the retail price.
It's so earlier this morning, Mr. Lee. You just came back yesterday. You should have rest much more.
I'd like to have rest, but I have many things to do.
How about this post-trip?
It's very good, and the result isn't too bad.
Really?
Of course. I will write a report about this post-trip, and then you'd better type it at the moment, okay?
Okay, it's no problem.
Afternoon, Miss Liu. Are you typing my report?
Yes, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I just tell you take care of it when you type, especially the address and telephone number of those new guests. You should make sure that it's no mistaken.
Okay, please don't worry about it. You should set your mind at rest.
Ha, I know you were great secretary.
Thanks, you're flatter.
Which school are you attending?
I am attending Hebei's University of Technology.
When will you graduate from that university?
This coming July.
What degree will you receive?
I will receive a bachelor's degree.
What is your major?
My major is business administration.
How have you been getting on with your studies so far?
I have been doing quite well at college. According to the academic records I've achieved so far, I am confident that I will get my Bachelor of Business Administration this coming July.
How do you think the education you've received will contribute to your work in this institution?
I have already learned a lot in the classroom and I hope to be able to make practical use of it in your company. My specialization at the university is just in line with the areas your institute deals with. I am sure I can apply what I have learned to the work in your institute.
Would you mail a letter for me? My hands are full.
Oh, I am sorry. I'm afraid I can't do it now. I have to meet my supervisor in a few seconds. But I could mail it after that.
That's fine. We're going to drop in and see Jimmy tonight. Don't forget it.
I won't.
Thanks. See you.
Don't mention it. See you.
Hello. Is Mr. Green there?
Speaking. May I ask whom I am talking to?
This is Lee with Silk Company. We met last Sunday during the exhibition.
Oh, yes. I remember your company.
Thank you for visiting our products. I remember that you are interested in our silk products and so, could I have a meeting with you this week to show you more information about our products?
I'd like to, but I'm afraid that my schedule is full this week.
What about next week? Is it convenient for you?
How about 10 a.m. on next Friday?
Any time you say is okay.
All right, expecting you.
What should be put in my education background?
You are expected to write the educational experience about your high school and college, even the time span.
What do you mean by job intentions?
Job intentions refer to the kind of job you are eager to get. For example, accounting, marketing.
What is this for?
It's the key for the safety deposit box.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Glad to be of assistance.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.